Yup, it's TMZ Verify the podcast. I'm Wyld.
I'm Steph.
And today we are here. Normally we let people introduce themselves. We'd be like, I'm Wyld, I'm Steph. And then you'd be like, what's your name, bro?
My name is Tyla Yaweh.
And we got Tyla Yaweh in the building, y'all. Make some noise, people in the room. It's about 4 of y'all. What's up? What's up? Yo, if y'all don't know, Tyla is a rapper, singer, musician. I feel like it's a little weird now to call people like just one thing.
Yeah.
Right.
I don't know. I call myself a rock star. Well, I'm a real deal rock star, to be honest. My lifestyle is very crazy. And when I'm on the stage, you can definitely feel that energy for sure. And I just called myself one of them ones.
Yeah.
One of them ones.
Well, you mean one of them ones? Because, dog, I feel like I'm a part of that. Like, even though I don't make music, I'm a part of the, like, black niggas. Like, we rock stars now. Like, we wear clothes.
We've been rock stars.
Dog.
We've been rock
We
stars.
wear clothes. We listen to sick-ass music. Like, that's kind of the vibe now. But, like, what does that mean for you, like, being, like, a hip-hop artist that blends, like, a little bit of rock, a little bit of hip-hop? Like, how does that?
Well, you know, my life is very eclectic, and I just call it, I'm a hybrid. Like, it's just a hybrid energy, and it's like, I've been around a lot of greats myself, and
Right.
to have that same language with those greats means that you're in the right place in life.
Yeah.
So I take that energy as in just being who I am to motivate the world, and whatever music I make, create, if it's hip hop, if it's country, if it's pop, or if it's whatever I make, you know, it's me at the end of the day.
Gotcha.
That's my favorite thing about like your journey is you're a little bit of a creative, a little bit of rap, like it's all like everything. Can you give us like a little story of how you began in the creative rap?
Well, I'm from the hood. I'm not from the hood. Altamont Springs, Florida is a little town out of Orlando, Florida.
Oh, shit. All right.
And yeah, I'm really from the hood. That one kid that skateboarded, that loved rock music.
Dog, that was me.
Yeah.
I'm that weird dude
The
from the hood, too.
skateboard,
Yeah.
And then your family like, yo, why you doing that white people
Right.
stuff? You know, I had to deal with that, but it was just me. Like the sound of music was always something that like elevated me, and I always knew it had something to deal with my life and my path in life. And that right there taught me how to be creative. And from skateboarding, I've been skateboarding my whole life. You're around so many different cultures of people, like mixing pots. You're in the in a skate park and they're playing Metallica, and you're like, yo, what is this? And you go home and look it up. And then you're hearing Green Day for the first time, and then now you have every Green Day CD. And I was that kid that just loved guitars, loved instruments, and loved singing. My sister sung around me. Like, grew up in a church where I just be watching the band the whole time. So I think it's one of those things that's just instilled in me with music and different cultures, and being able to be around different people and expand my mind. And one thing, because a lot of people just get stuck in the box and not really exploring other parts of the world that has inspiration.
For sure.
What was the
Go ahead.
What was the inspo behind your name?
Tyla Yaweh, and Yahweh stands for God. But God is in all of us. I'm not saying that I'm a God. We're all a part of him, and I am what I am. So everything I do within music or my career or my creativity is I am what I am, and it's the first breath of air that created life too. At that, it was Yahweh. It was like it's crazy, and that right there is what I was very young when I found out the word too. Like I was doing a lot of research on different religions and the meanings of the name, and I took that from that, and now it's my name.
Right.
And I'm not trying to disrespect anybody too at the same time.
All right, so there's like, I think it was like 2017, right? You dropped, it was Gemini, but then you dropped Drugs and Pain, I think?
Yeah, I think that was 2016.
Was that 2016?
Yeah.
So like, dude, just looking at you like in your evolution from when you started to now, like your music has kind of, even though it's still you, it's kind of evolved a little bit. Like, what do you credit that evolution to?
Just hard work and dedication, staying in the studio and like really learning myself. Like it took a lot to learn myself. Like I had to do a lot of experience of traveling around the world with Post Malone, doing like all types of arena shows, like probably performed in front of millions of people already in my life in this time. And it's always time to elevate no matter what. There's always growth in everything you do. And I just sat in the studio and listened to people, just sat in big studio sessions where like, man, I'm in the studio with French Montana, A$AP Rocky, I'm in the studio with Chris Brown, Harry Fraud, Danny Boy Styles. I'm in with
No, man, you got some killer features, bro.
So
like
it's just so many different people. Like you just catch that. We're sponge to everything around us, so you just sit there and learn.
Is that kind of how you go into every writing process? Is just like, let's see the inspiration, let's get every single thing's different?
Man, it's just when I hear that beat, it just instantly just comes out of my head. I don't know. It's sometimes I think it's magic for sure. It's definitely magic, and it's just one of those situations. I'll have a whole day, and like I'll make a song off the whole day, or hearing other people's conversations,
Right.
and just actually living the reality of what I'm going through. If it's love, or is it a breakup, or is it like you made this amount of money and you feeling like this in your way, you know, like it's reality, you know.
When you go into like writing music, because I'm not, music industry,
right.
like when you go into that room and you're like, okay, we're here to like write music, do you have to pick in your head, okay, I'm going to feel really connected to this one, or I'm going to write a hit? You have to choose
you don't know
between the
what's a
two?
hit gonna be.
Okay.
You don't know what's a hit. A hit can be anything, like the song that you didn't even like.
Right.
One thing I go off of is just pure melody. Like, what's the melody? Because the melody tells a story and it paints the picture for me. And then that's how the words always, like, I freestyle a lot of my stuff. Like, it just instantly comes out, you know? And I guess it's a gift. Some people can do it, some people can't. Some people need a writing team.
Truly.
Some people, it takes them hours to make music. It might take me 5 to 10 minutes to write a song right away, you know? And it's just certain people have different processes.
I want to take a step back for a minute, though, because you said you're from Florida, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then you came over here, you got connected with Post Malone, but like, what the fuck happened in between you being from Florida and getting to Los Angeles? Like, how'd you get to LA? What was your first? I always ask people, like, the first year in LA is the worst. So, like, what was your first year in LA?
Well, so, like, the first 2 months, I had an Airbnb. Like, and my boys came out with me. They were like, yo, you're not just going to come out here by yourself. Like,
that's love, man.
They're going to, like, yo, we're going to thug it out what you see, like, with
that's
this
love.
LA life. Because I already had, like, a little slight SoundCloud buzz. Like,
right.
We was, like, I was around the XXXs, the Wi-Fi funerals.
Right.
Like, especially my homies Tarek and Matt Zingler. Like from Rolling Loud, they gave me such a platform to build a fan base, and that's how I ended up opening up for Posty.
Got it.
I opened up for Posty in 2015, and that was like around. I moved here around 2016. It was like the end of 2015,
right.
And I opened up. I was the only person to open up. Like Dre London was sitting back there. Posty was sitting back there. I was the only person to be in the backstage. It was at a rest in peace of back booth. That was like a spot that was one of those places I used to sell out all the time. But it was at back booth, and like I was the only person allowed to open and be on stage, and that caught a lot of people's attention because I had the crowd going crazy. I had showmanship already, and I just knew what I wanted, and I ended up linking up with the homie FKI first, which he produced White Iverson and a bunch of other hits, like crazy hits. He has a lot of hits under his belt, but he came to my studio and I played the song for him, and he ended up like producing and hopping on it, and he showed it to Dre.
Yeah.
Dre called, was like, "Who is this kid? What's going on? What's his situation?" And at the time, the communication kind of faded a little bit, and I ended up moving to LA. We drove out there, and then it was a time when my friend was like, "Yo, we gotta go back home. What's your situation? You wanna fly back with us?" And I'm like, "Nah." He's like, "So where you gonna go?" I had a suitcase and a skateboard. Luckily I had money on me too at the same time. So just dropped me off on Venice Beach. Like, dropped me off on Venice Beach, and I figured it out.
So you was unhoused essentially? That's what you're telling me? Because you was in Venice Beach just chilling?
Yeah, I was chilling, and then I would just go link up with homies in the studio.
Right, and make it work.
One of my homies used to let me sleep in his car because his baby moms was crazy and shit.
Yeah.
So he's like, let me shower at his crib, and then some nights we would sleep in the studio. Some nights I would sleep on Melrose and Fairfax and find some like covers and sleep on a roof or something. But
that's crazy,
I still made a way.
Look at God, bro.
Wow.
Yeah.
What was that moment for you like though when you were like, yo, I'm struggling, or you had been struggling for a minute, but then something like hit? Was it like a song? Was it like a phone call? What was that?
One of the situations I got linked up with some cool people, and then they got me some money in my pocket.
Yeah.
And then I ended up getting a spot.
Right.
Then it was just like rolled out so easy. Like I did that. Like my boy came back. I remember this conversation. The moment I was like, "Yo, pull up to the crib," he's like, "What the hell? You got the crib already?"
Yo, the crib, nigga. You just
It's only been 2 months. Like, how the hell you do that quick?
Right,
like,
right.
And it was just dope. He was like, he comes back to a nice ass condo in North Hollywood. Like,
that's love, man.
So it was just like, it was just the dedication and not giving up and knowing that I had that feeling and that gut feeling like, yo, risk it all, put it all on black right
man.
now.
That's literally that's what I did. I moved out here with literally my cat in my car.
Yeah.
I mean, I had an apartment, but like broke.
You
Literally
figured it
broke.
out,
Figure
though.
that shit
You
out.
figured
Yeah.
it out.
Yep. So one of the things I know you work with a lot of people, but I also like people will like throw a verse on your song or hop on something you already made. How you feel about that? Like, I feel like rap is weird because sometimes somebody will hop on your track and you'll be like, oh, that verse was trash, but like,
Oh, he ain't hopping on the song if it's trash.
all right, I feel that.
It's like, yo, I'm sending it back. Like,
For real?
hell yeah, I'm being
dog.
completely honest. And then like most of the music I make is organically.
Right.
We are in the studio together. Everything is super organic. Like,
Yeah.
I'm not like if we have to like send it back off of just like we're organically working and we're like excited to work with each other, that's
Right,
cool. And I'm gonna take my time on it, and they took their time on the record.
Right.
And one of those things, I'm just all my features you see, and like I never had to force those. Like,
Yeah.
it was just all friendships and organically like happen, you know.
Is that what happened with Post Malone when you
Yeah.
wrote Tommy Lee?
Oh man, we was on tour. And like we always in the studio. We were good friends. He's bringing me on world tour. Like
Right.
I've probably performed 1,000 shows with him, like or more, you know. And just being in his energy is like that. One day I was just like, "What are you doing?" We was on tour. Cause I'm bored. I'm like, shit. Should I just bring the studio over to the room?
Right.
We had
Shit.
mad studio equipment on tour because we had a studio room in every
Makes sense, yeah, that's how they do
like
it now.
stop. And he's like, yeah, just bring it through. We brought it through. And he already wanted to hop on a few songs before, and we already got so many records already. It was just one of those moments I played it, and he's like, "Yo, what is this?" Like, and he like I already had it made, already pre-written.
Yeah.
I didn't expect that he was gonna like that one. He was probably gonna make one from scratch.
Right.
But I had that ready, and it just made sense because it was like the name was Tommy Lee. It was like, wait, what? This is literally about our lifestyle.
Right. So you one of the rappers who like you said, like XXX, like that wave of like rappers that was like hottest shit on SoundCloud. Now y'all just hottest shit on the internet overall. How important is it for like rappers and musicians to be on the internet? Because I feel like the old school rappers now are trying to like grab motherfuckers on the internet. Like they clinging for popularity, but like y'all been grinding on the net for a minute.
It's organic, you know. It's not something that's forced. Like
Yeah.
we really been in the streets with it.
Right.
We really like, and they have too. You know, it's like real street guerrilla marketing in my eyes. It's like you got to be out there to touch your fans and be there for your fans and support your fans and build that cult following. At the end of the day, they just want to see you. Some people don't even care about the music.
Right.
They don't even care. It's like we're in a generation now these days that's like really, really like it's short mind right
Yeah,
now.
the attention span is short as hell.
Right.
The attention span is out of there.
Yeah.
And sometimes I catch myself with that attention span. So it's about organically building yourself a fan base where people love who you are, and whatever you do, they're gonna support you, and they'll spend the money and whatever because they love what you do to make them happy out the day. So.
Right. Some of those like TikTok songs aren't even like that good. It's just the fact that they're like viral. Right.
Hey man, I love it. I love to see people win at the end of the day. Like, however, keep that content going and just keep driving with it.
I feel that. I want to talk about your podcast though, dog, because you're doing something that a lot of rappers definitely don't do, and that's fucking talk, man. Like, why a podcast? Why now?
Well, I like to talk, man. I could sit here and talk with y'all forever.
Yeah.
And one thing about me is just like my girl, like she has her podcast, and that's how we met is through
Right. Shout out Natasha Graziano.
Shout out to my baby. And I got on her podcast, and we started talking for like 30 minutes before we even hopped on a podcast. And she was like, "Man, you're just spiritually there, and you have like wisdom that people would love to hear you talk." And it was an interview about like me, and I'm on there interviewing her on the podcast, you know, asking her questions.
She'd do that shit to you, bro. Literally, like
So
next thing you know, you
the
opening
energy
up
was just
shit.
there, and then she just like put the seed and planted the seed in my head. I already started a podcast before.
Oh,
Like I was already like practicing it. I never dropped the episodes. It was just something I was just practicing. I was a little nervous, but then I was like, let's just do it. You know, let me just like hop straight into it. And I got my first person, Lucas Max, and it was about breath work.
Yeah.
And it's just about the life we chose. It's everything that every artist go through of just actually spreading their emotions and being themselves and showing the world that we have wisdom too, and how far it took y'all to get there.
So the podcast is going to be you talking to not just artists and people around that space. It'll just be
everybody.
I like that.
Like you might even catch a homeless person on there one day.
I like that though.
I like
Right?
that.
Yeah.
You know,
right.
like you never know.
Different perspectives, man.
It's just all different perspectives, literally.
Yeah. Your first episode is already dropped. What is some of the things you got lined up? Like, is somebody you looking forward to talking to? You trying to get on the pod?
I don't.
You don't gotta tell us the names, but like,
well, there's a lot of people that I want to just open this up for a platform for people to win at the end of the day, where they can just get their voices out there. And this is a platform to help people out and motivate people, and then be that inspiration for people that don't have that juice in them. You know.
Is there anyone in your mind right now that you would like love to have?
Manifest it. Come on, man.
Manifest it.
All right, let's get it. Who we gonna? I'll get my brother Shaq on there first.
Okay, all right.
That's my dog
Fuck with
Shaq. I would
We
love
just
to
saw
get
Shaq
his
2 weeks ago.
mentality because he's a real entrepreneur, and I'm very inspired by how he's branded himself to be such a legend.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
What are some things outside of doing the podcast that you hope to do just as an artist while you're still an artist? Like, I ain't talking about like 30 years down the line, bro.
Well,
like
what
now.
I'm doing already is just like I'm a real deal corporation going on right now. Like, especially with my girl too, we have a company called NG and Ty that just it's a network and it's a brand. So we building other people's podcasts right now, and we're editing it up and giving them a platform to use at the same time. Fashion is really big, you know.
No, you fly as shit, man.
I'm really big in fashion. I have my clothing line Rager Boy that's doing very well right now, and we're speaking to we're actually getting into couture and bigger stores right now. So it's just building this brand and generational wealth, and just keeping it going and be inspiration to people my age because I'm only 28 years old. So.
Yeah. Who are some people that you're inspired by? Whether it's like music, fashion.
My mom, I'm inspired by my mom because she just has that energy. She just beat breast cancer and she's strong as hell.
Oh, that's love.
So it just shows you never give up on yourself and don't fear anything, and you can keep it going, being strong. My friends, my love, my family, and just life inspires me every day. I don't really have a person that's inspiring me to be me. It's myself at the end of the day. I inspire myself every single day.
Yeah.
In terms of music, I know you worked with Chris Brown because you like spoke it out on like existence, and then he replied back.
Yeah, that's so crazy. Yeah,
Is there anyone else that you think even just in the next year that you're gonna want to work with, or that you've been in contact with?
Definitely. Who doesn't want to work with Drake? Like,
everybody,
Drake. You know, but not just
Drake.
Drake.
Rap and all
well, like honestly, it's honestly how I go about it. Just if I really feel like making a song with that person, I think of it. Like I'd love to do a song with Taylor Swift. Like, that'd be crazy, like insane. Like who doesn't want to work with the
biggest artist in the world?
Right.
So that's where I'm at. You know, whoever's the top artist in the world, I want to be in that same criteria.
I feel that and that like zeitgeist. Is there any collab? Oh, go ahead. Sorry.
When you're like about to perform or about to go write, do you have any sort of rituals that we were talking about this earlier, like when we come in here to podcast or something, anything that you do every single time before you write?
Well, I probably like get drunk.
Okay.
I get drunk.
Okay.
I'm not gonna lie. I get drunk, smoke some weed, hang out with the homies,
Okay, I feel that.
put on a fly ass suit, and hop up my ass on stage and perform.
Okay.
It's really no ritual. Like I don't like calm myself down. I'm not nervous or anything. It's just like, all right, it's time to perform.
Right. I feel
like it's one of those things that I love to do. It's like that's my meditation.
It just comes natural.
That's my ritual, and that's my meditation. That's my getaway. Like when I hop on the stage.
I got a more serious question. So like, you're still young, obviously you're a rapper, but like, how do you balance like living your life the way you want to live your life, but also like being an inspiration to other people? And I mean that in the sense of like
that beautiful woman right there.
Right there.
Mm-hmm.
Because I mean that in the sense of like a lot of young people like they look up to anybody in the entertainment industry, but then it's like, do you feel like you got to like move a certain way or like do certain shit or like don't put certain shit out there?
I'm in control of my own life. You know?
Right.
I'm my own chess piece. So, you know, so I'm always on the board moving myself on playing chess like how I'm supposed to. And I keep myself grounded with real gratitude and love. And, you know, my girl taught me how to script, which I was already doing that in my own way. Like I was already building vision boards for myself and manifesting and like having my own meditation, but she enhanced it for me by getting into journaling, and I started journaling more. And then like I meditate already, I already do breath work. So it's just one of those things that I had to really like keep myself grounded because it's so easy to get caught up in this lifestyle.
It is, man.
Like I was showing her like all my old crazy videos. I was like, I was insane. Like I was living a real deal, like
rock star life.
Rock star lifestyle. I'm like, whoa, how am I gonna show my kids this in the future?
Yeah,
Like,
right.
without,
That's
like,
what I
feeling
mean.
embarrassed.
Like,
But
yep.
that was me. That's me. At the end of the day, I would never change me for no
Yeah.
one. And it's just keeping that ground and keeping that same and like magnet energy and just believing in myself every single day.
If you had any advice for someone who wants to be a rapper and be successful,
Don't be a rapper. Get a real job.
if you could speak to you like in Florida years back, like what would be your advice?
Well, I'm doing it, you know, like I never stopped like taking my advice. Like certain things I wish I would have learned, but like I had the same vision and I knew I was gonna be where I'm at today. So it's like sticking with my vision, my script, and just knowing that I want this shit more than anybody. And I will take the risk to do it. A lot of people just have fear. And when you give up all that fear, you will learn that you can make anything happen.
Right.
And you got to just hop in the field and meet your goals. That's it.
I heard you say NGTY. You got that tattooed on your face. Is
NG and Ty.
Is that Natasha Graziano?
Yeah.
Right there? Can we get a mic for Natasha Graziano, y'all? Bring Natasha up here. Hold up. First of all, Tyla, I don't know if Natasha told you, she's one of my favorite people in LA, bro.
Oh, she's amazing, bro. Like it was love at first sight for sure.
Yeah, really shit. So the NG is Natasha Graziano.
Oh, yeah.
Y'all know Natasha. We had Natasha on last season.
Let's talk about the shirt first and foremost.
Ah!
Let's talk about the shirt. It is for the audio listeners, it is a shirt of Tyla, and it says Tyla's Woman, and it's pictures of them together, and I've never seen anything more iconic.
Yeah, it is fucking iconic. I'm gonna actually fucking wear it in my shoot as well, I think. Like, this is the coolest shit ever. I basically decided, I was like, I had it made, and I was like, I'm gonna wear it on my birthday. And then my team was like,
I would have been mad. I'm like, why are you wearing it? This is your day.
It's your birthday, but that's love right there.
They were like,
Yeah.
wear it on his days. I was like, oh shit, he's on stage today. I was like, so he goes in my closet to like style me because he's so good at fashion. So he's like pulling out, and he turns around and just looks at me and goes, okay, you're already dressed. Oh my God, you crazy in his Floridian accent.
So can we talk about y'all for a second? No, like how did y'all meet? How's like give us what you want to give us.
This is a crazy story. So we met on my podcast. I DM'd him and I was like, yo, I want you to come on my show. This is back in August. Like I was like in 23, and I was like, look, I want to get to know you. I want to have you on my show.
Right.
And I want to help support your stuff. And it was completely genuine. Like it was like, I want to put you out there to my audience. Anyway, he didn't see it for like 3 months.
Right.
And then he finally replies. I was like, are you
motherfucker?
I'm not that social media
I feel
person that just like
I
be
was
on
like,
social.
are you serious? I was like,
real life over
Yeah.
here.
I was like, oh my God. Anyway, so I was like, okay, so he finally comes on the show. He comes on the show and he's like, I'm sorry, I missed all your messages, but I'm so happy to be here. So he walks in, and as soon as he walked in, I just looked at him and went, oh my God. I was like, that is my dream guy. And he literally it made me melt.
Yeah.
I just looked at him, all my team was like nudging me. They were like, that's your dream person. So I was like, oh, he's so sexy.
You're crazy.
And but you literally like you're glowing and shit. Like I
No,
see you
it's
all the
crazy.
time, and I'm like, Natasha,
Aw.
so happy, dog. It's crazy. No, I do. We see it.
They say that you glow when you're with the right
Dude,
person.
yeah, nah,
You
I can see
fucking
that
burn.
shit.
You
Look at
see
you. I know y'all skin look
Yeah,
good in that.
literally.
I knew it though. So I looked at him, I was like, I want to have your baby. Like off the rip, I knew. I was like, I literally want your babies. So he's looking at me and I'm like, oh God. So now I try to be like focused, and we do this interview and we're sitting and we're doing the law of attraction and
Right.
speaking about spirituality. And that's when I fell for him, because I realized, I never knew him as an artist. I knew him, I'd seen his music. I'd seen him performing to like fucking tens and tens and tens of thousands of people and then screaming in the audience for him. But I put that to back in my mind. I saw him as a human. So he walked in and I was just like, oh my God, the energy. And I was speaking about spirituality. I was like, why are you here on the camera? And he's like, I wanted to be here today because I knew I was going to be motivated and inspired and learn something new. And I went, wow.
Oh my
he's ready.
goodness.
Yeah. Well, you do that to people though. Like,
When I looked at the message, I'm like, it was one of those days you're just like chilling. You didn't get out.
Yeah.
Before I went to gym and shit, looking at it, and I'm like looking at my messages. I'm like, let me see what my fans are saying today.
just
The request. Open up the request.
13 million followers. I'm like, go to her. I'm like, and it was like right there, like boom,
Yeah.
inspiration. I'm like, yo, this lady's talking about laws of attraction, manifestation, and like I listened to the voice message. I'm like, okay.
Right.
fuck it, let's get
See what's up.
See
Yeah.
I want to do the podcast more of just speaking my mind and I was already doing a lot of podcasts as it is.
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
Just getting myself like motivated, knowing where to speak and listening to other people's
All right.
standpoint of like how to build a podcast.
Yeah.
And I guess it just worked. Like actually that day I had a show. I had to get out of there. I had to go somewhere. Like I had a flight right after that.
Oh,
I
damn.
went straight to the airport after that podcast, and we just kept in contact on some like cool like, are you okay? How's life?
Yeah.
Are you scripting? And I was just going through a little breakup of my own, like just healing and stuff.
And I was there for him. I mean,
Yeah.
like, shit, I was really like just supportive, like asking him, how's your mental? Like, how are you doing
Yeah.
today? I just cared about him as a human. And I'd already shut off at that point. From the point he said like he was not available as such, I was like, I shut off and I was like, friendship. You
Right.
know?
Right.
But that's respectful,
Very
though.
respectful.
Yeah.
So
Straight up,
respectful.
like, yo, this is what I'm going through. And it was nothing like forcing nothing. And finally came back to California. And I was gone for like 3 months because I was just
Oh, wow.
I was just like working. And then it was like I went back to my hometown for a little bit and just hung out with my family.
Right.
And it was just one of those situations we just kept missing each other. Like every
I mean, I booked fucking restaurants and had to cancel them. I was like, sorry, Craigs. Sorry, Delilah. Like, I've booked so many things for us.
Right.
And then, like, he just was constantly traveling.
Here's my question for y'all, though. How do y'all manage, because both of y'all are like popping in y'all respective fields. How do y'all manage balancing being public as fuck as just human beings and also being in a public relationship?
Well,
Like,
we both worked. We're business partners together too at the same.
yeah, right. Y'all got
really
intertwined.
we're
Yeah.
building our brand
Into the
together.
mic, brother.
She brings stuff to me, like big money, like plays to me, and I bring the
Right.
same thing to her. So it's vice versa, and like knowing that she's always there for me and ride or die. Like she's like my wifager, to be honest. Like my schedule is like updated every week. She knows all my shows. She knows what my bookings. She knows where I have to be somewhere. Like she's on point, and it's the same thing with me on her end. Like I'm on point with her business ideas, her creative direction, and just making sure she's not getting fucked over at the end of the day.
That's
Like,
true.
and that's what I'm here to be protective. So we just work as a good brand together. Like,
How do y'all block out the noise, though? Because I'm sure there are people like,
we don't let nobody in.
fuck with
we
that.
don't let nobody in.
I like that,
It's
yeah.
like, it's no noise. It's like it's just
it's just y'all two.
It's just us. Like
It's just, we're so organic as who we are. Like, the genuine thing is, it's down to like our love. We could be doing this in a tiny little country with no social media. We could be doing this just the two of us with closed doors. We're so deeply in love. And that's what we want to show the world, is the inspiration of genuinely being with someone who adores you, being with someone you can grow with. Like, I think every day, how can I add value to his life?
Yeah.
How can I make him feel more inspired and be a better man, so he's a better man to me and a better man to the world?
Right.
How can I help him to just expand and be bigger and bigger and better and make more money? Like, day 3, I literally put on the table, boom, you know, here's a plan for you to exit, and like, you know, a big
What?
exit plan of a company, which for anyone who doesn't know what that means, it means selling like any part of your company or a company for like
Right.
hundreds of millions.
Right.
So I was like, what do you think of this? He's like, holy shit. And like, you,
But that I was about to say, like right off the
right,
rip,
right.
that's how you
yeah.
know. Like,
Then I take him to a meeting and we're signing fucking contracts. So I'm like, he's like, what the fuck? Shit, she's real. I'm like, so the point is, like, every day it's just love and it's us. And so
Mhm.
we just show the world genuinely who we are,
yeah.
you know?
we're both workaholics too. So.
Yeah, no, she never stops working, bro. So I can.
Never.
I'm like a balance for her at this end. She's a balance for me in my life, and like I know how to sit down and like have family time, have
Yeah.
time for ourselves, and like really ground ourselves to know that we have our own, we control our own reality. Like at the end of the day, all this stuff can chill out. Our
For
bodies,
sure,
and our
yeah.
health, and our mind matters more than anything.
Right. You have a I don't know if I'm supposed to say this, but you got a single coming out Valentine's Day-ish time. Can you talk about it?
Hey, that's not mine. That's hers.
So he gave me it. He wrote me a song called NG and Ty.
Uh-huh.
And gave it to me as a gift. Like, it's my song,
Whoa.
and I'm gonna drop it. It's him singing it to me, and you can see a little preview on our Instagrams right now. You can go on his page, and it went viral. Actually, he posted it yesterday. It went viral. So yeah, it's pretty crazy. It's like this. It's a really beautiful song. He sung it to me on my birthday, and it was the most emotional thing I've ever received. It was the best
Yeah.
gift in the world. I was literally crying for like an hour during and after. And I I was like, I just want to show the world what it means to be loved.
Yeah.
I just want to show the world what it felt like to feel that love. And he's so genuine and real. Like his love, just who he is online is who he is in person times a million,
love
you
that.
know?
Wow.
Like, and I just wanted to show that to the world. And so that's why we're going to release it. I'm going to release it. Natasha Graziano featuring Tyla Yaweh. The whole
I love
it.
I love it.
I'm so excited. So yeah, it's a really special gift.
Yeah.
And I just hope that the world, you know, gets the inspiration that he had putting into the song when he wrote it. And it just means the world that somebody would write who's that gifted and that famous.
And I never wrote a song for no female.
I was gonna say, bro, like is that the
I'd be 100% honest. It's like songs probably you heard is inspired by women,
by
but
situation? Yeah.
I never dedicated a song in my life or wrote the song about the life that like the first time we ever met. You know? Like,
Yeah.
so it was like it was a time like she was like I recorded I have a studio at the house. And I'm recording. She's like trying to come in because she loves to listen to me record.
Right.
But I just record anywhere and everywhere. And she's like, I just want to hear what you're recording. I'm like, nah, I'm just chilling. I'm like I'm doing this feature. Just
Trying to play it off like, yo.
Go ahead.
I was wondering why he was like
Being so secretive.
Yeah, because like usually we're together, we're like separation anxiety.
Right.
We're just fucking on each other. Like our PDA level is crazy.
Like,
I was like, why am I not allowed to go? But I had no idea.
Right.
I just thought he was just on his own, like just.
I was in the
you
zone
know?
though. I was creating.
Yeah.
And I was like, let me just throw this in. Like this is I was like, I could get her a bag, I can get her this, I can get her that.
yeah, right.
Like let's do something that's gonna make her money at the end of the day, and then she can have value to. It's
Right.
like
Wow.
something that came from my heart.
It just, it was honestly, like out of any gift I've ever received, that was the most beautiful thing. I was like,
that's what's up.
oh yeah, but look, you know, you're saying about the tattoos. He's got NG and Ty. I've got Tyla Yaweh on my wrist.
Wait.
Wow.
Face it to the camera. The camera
Okay.
didn't know that. Wow. I fuck with that. Okay, y'all.
Tyla Yaweh, actually, like on day
It was her
5.
idea.
Yeah, we flew to London for the holidays.
Uh-huh.
So we was in London for like a month.
Into the mic, y'all. Don't worry.
We was in London for like a month, and out of nowhere, like we probably there for like a week, and out of nowhere she just wakes up. I'm about to get your name tatted on me. I'm like, you're crazy. Like, what are you talking about? Like, you're not gonna get your name tatted on me. Like, what are you talking about? She's like, I already got the session booked. These people want to do free tattoos for us right now.
Sounds like
Like,
Natasha. Yeah.
Yes.
I'm like, what are you talking about? She's like, yes, at 3:00 we're going to go get my tattoos. I'm like, yo, I gotta see this to believe it. So,
Yo.
and I'm already get. You see, I got mad tattoos
Yeah,
already,
yeah.
so I'll get a tattoo in any moment, anywhere in life, wherever
Right,
it is.
right.
Like it's tattoos, and she's like, I'm getting your name tatted. And I'm like, I gotta see this first. She really did it. And
That's
I was
love.
like,
That is
And
love.
I
That is
don't have
love.
tattoos, yeah. So this is really, I have like one. You
Right.
know?
That's
you
commitment.
got one tattoo.
Yeah, like, this
it's
was-
random.
Damn, that's
Oh,
serious.
That's the only
man.
one you have?
Yeah.
Well, because I had one removed, but that's it. I only have
Wow,
one. So
that's
I was like,
commitment.
look, here, I'm just gonna like.
Wow.
So I just did it because I knew we'd only been together a short while, and I just looked at it and I just went, yeah, this is my guy forever.
Right.
Like this is my person, like, and I need to show myself that. So I was like, I'm having his name on me.
I said she crazy as hell.
Ah.
I got it on my face though, so I got.
So you crazy
So,
as
yeah,
shit,
you're
too, bro.
crazy too.
All right, y'all. Before we let y'all get out of here, Tyla, we got Heart Full of Rage 2 last year.
Yes, sir.
What's coming up 2024, brother?
Man, I've been working my ass off, and I got so much music. I'm probably sitting on like 3,000 songs right now.
Wow.
And right now, I'm about to just drop a lot of music. We've been shooting a lot of music videos,
Yeah.
and I'm about to be loading out an arsenal of
Alright.
good music, you know? So,
Wait.
I fuck with that.
Yes,
Natasha
sir.
Graziano, what's on the horizon, sis?
Oh my goodness. I have so many cool things coming up.
Tell us.
I'm so excited. I'm on stage speaking, and then like next year, I think I got 25 stages coming up.
Wow.
Super excited. So I'll be inspiring more people. I'm in the middle of writing my third book, so I'm really excited about that, which is all about scripting. That is
Okay.
so important to me. And I won't go into too much detail. You've probably seen it on my Instagram, but I've definitely been filming something on TV.
I was going to say, I've seen you doing something, but I don't really know what it is. It's all right.
There's something there. So there's something very exciting coming, and I'm just going to let that be birthed naturally into the world, and maybe even bigger news at some point. So we'll come
like
back
that.
and
All right.
tell
Love
you.
it.
Tyla Yaweh, Natasha Graziano. Thanks a lot, y'all. We appreciate it.
let's go.
Thank you.